Hello fans of Marvel Heroes! This is a video for the new players as well as for those who just make a return after some times of absence. You may be a little bit overwhelmed with quite a lot of new game objectives that we have today. This is a great game. There are a lot of changes, a lot of new content and so on. And recently we have more and more this sort of like weekly quest, daily quest whereby you can earn certain tokens to further your progress and make your superhero even more powerful, right? So now, this video is all about how to earn those commendations as well as what the rewards are. So, very importantly, you need to know how to get them and, what you are playing for. To check out all these commendations, you can take a look at your currency tab. And here you can see that there are heroes commendation, protector commendation, as well as champions commendation. I think the last tier is more for the hardcore raider, but for for those who just would like to casually play the game, just enjoy what is out there, these two are pretty easy to get these days, and it's great because you don't need to raid in order to get all these goodies. All right. So as you can see in the tooltips, you can only earn up to 250 per week. But I think for those who play the game normally, 1 or 2 hours a day or maybe less, you can get quite a fair bit progress up there. All right. So now before I continue, just like to share my experience with you. With any online game, there are always a lot of all these objectives so on to keep you playing the game, right? So the game designer have to make this game very fun and in other words addictive. But if you feel that it is like work and you feel burned out earning all these tokens and so on, just take a break. I like to quote my wife. She also plays Marvel Heroes as well. She has Hulk, she has Rocket Raccoon. That's all she has, and she has only about 1,000 OD marks. 1,000 Omega points, but she's happy about this whole game and so on. So don't get too stressed up over all this in-game progress. Although there are a lot of very nice in-game progress out there. All right, so. I now shut up. So now, okay, next bit. Okay, why you need to work so hard for all this commendation is that if you come over here, there is a raid token vendor. You can see a whole bunch of very nice stuff here. All right, that costs certain in-game currency. Like you can upgrade your unique to rank grade 66. You can upgrade your unique to even grade 69. So when you get a level 60 unique, all this stuff like that. It may start with the grade 63, all right? So you could actually use all this recipe one time only, purchase it with the hero's commendation, one time only, and you can use like a credit, like 10,000 credit to upgrade for any heroes you have. So it's totally worth it to work towards being able to upgrade your unique to higher and higher tier, all right? So why would you like to do that? Is that when you upgrade your unique from grade 63 to 66, all the flat damage, all the stats get scaled up, right? So if it is a +1 to certain power, it become +2, for instance, right? But things like +1 to all power or +1 to that power tree, that will not get scaled up until you get the 69 grade, whereby that will get added up one more rank as well. So all right, so that is very important to know. And if you have stats that on percentage base, it will not get scaled up at all. So if you have things like for your summoners, those summon ally damage, it will not get scaled up. So just a word of warning before you do any of this upgrade, just bear in mind how much you can get from it. But all in all, for unique is no brainer. But for medallion, you may need to rethink whether you should do it or not. But for unique, by and large, just go for the upgrade as you can. These are very nice upgrade. It make your gear looks very beautiful. All right. So these are the grade 66 upgrade and grade 69 upgrade that can be unlocked using purchase one time using this commendation that you earn. All right. Now on top of that, you could also get challenge bonus onto your gear as well. So what do I mean by that is if you look at the gear towards the bottom, there's something called challenge bonus. All right, so you can add like +1 fighting for non-summoner or +1 intelligence for summoner. That's the two I usually get. Now you could farm for gear with all these challenge bonus, but it will take a long time for you to get one gear with that right kind of bonus and a good roll as well. So my word of advice is that there's some recipe for you to learn to add either random one, very much like the game decide for you whether it's a +1 fighting, +1 strain, is going to be random, or you can add a specific one. Also, one time only you learn it. However, every bonus you add requires something called a token. So of course, if you're looking at the random token, it's only 25 commendation, but if you're looking at a specific one, it could cost up to 100 hero commendation or 40 protector, depending on which one you want to spend. My word of advice is that go for the hero commendation, because heroes is a lot easier to earn, at least in my perspective. I don't do red raid, than protector. All right, so that one, you have other use for protector as well, don't waste it. All right, so very good. For every 100 commendation, which can be quite easily earned, you can get 1 +1 fighting for every one of your gear. All right, but all these are final. Once you consume, you cannot say I want to get it back and apply to another gear. All right, so just make sure your unique is very good. Add the +1 fighting inside for non-summoner. Add the +1 intelligence for summoner. All right, okay. Another great thing, really, this one is really fantastic, is that the Ray actually drop all this wonderful stuff like a maze and so on. So what it looks like, if I may show you, I'm working on my Iron Man right now, as you all know. There's been a lot of requests on Iron Man. So if you look at this one, right, Overseer's Maze, it is a beautiful axe, and it is has melee over it. So sometimes when you play a hero whereby the design of the unit does not support the kind of like a build that you aspire to become, afraid not, for slot 1 at least, come to this vendor here and take a look at what they've offered, right? So all these are very nice gear for you to explore, especially if you're unhappy about the hero unit design. Like for me, the Overseer's Maze is wonderful for Iron Man, melee Iron Man, at least for me. But there are many other things that you can do here, and to purchase the recipe is only 25 hero commendation, but to craft it will require something called an ingot, and that will cost you 625 hero commendation. All right, is it a lot? Well, I mean, you're looking at about 3 weeks of progress. All right. And you can just craft the one that you want. Of course, you may need to re-roll on the affixes to get it, well, acceptable. But imagine except the last one, which is this one, the fragment of Twilight that requires something called a Satur rune, which is very rare. The rest of it are like, just the. I mean, to my best understanding, correct me if I'm wrong. It is just an ingot. All right, so it is a lot easier to just craft one of these than to say farm Shocker, day in, day out, just to try to get the slot 1 from Shocker for the physical damage. All right, so these are the wonderful things about this vendor. And also, I'd like to show you the besides this vendor, there's another vendor here. Now, to reach that vendor is actually quite easy. Depends on where you are. There's something called Hammer Bay, all right? So you can go there. Or if you do not have this opened up for whatever reason, just pay attention to your in-game notification. I believe you go into Xavier School, all right? And then you can just like come to a beast here, all right? Take a flight to Genosha, all right? So if you come here, then it's a beautiful kind of like a site. I think it's beautiful. The art here, I always come here to do video because it looks so beautiful here. Come over here, then get up close and personal with all these like ruins and so on. So you just come to this base here. The base just right below there, if you can see. So I'm getting there as fast as I can. Okay, here is where you get all the so-called influence quests come from here, and the influence mission works very much like, if you are familiar with other games like World of Warcraft, it is like the reputation system whereby you gain certain reputation until you become exalted. All right, so to do that, there are a couple of ways. First of all, talk to this lady over here, and then you'll get a buff for 24 hours that you'll gain influence, the Genushi influence, as you play the game. So that is one way to gain influence. Another way is to pick up quests from here. All right, so there's a daily quest here that will tell you to do something. All right, so this Red Scout, well, it depends on what it is, but yeah, I think usually it's the Red Scout is the one that I enjoy doing. So they'll tell you where to go, or you can talk to this gentleman here that will give you a weekly quest. All right, so I've done my weekly. You get reset on Wednesday, but you can see from here the influence mission. They will tell you that you should go to access, and then they'll ask you for some objective there. All right, so I hope it's not those conduit. Anyway, the weekly one, once you've done it, you get a massive reward on the commendation, and I'll show you the reward, the commendation earned later, all right, in my spreadsheet. But these are the mission that you should try to do if you have time, all right. So while you're working on this one, is that you can come to this quartermaster here, and you can do a lot of other things like the upgrade. So you can upgrade your medallion to grade 66 or upgrade your insignia to grade 66. So whatever insignia you have here, then you may want to just make it even more awesome, all right? As well as medallion as well. But word of advice, like I said, any percentage-based stats will not get scaled up. So if you have a sinister medallion, I don't think you should go and spend 550 protector commendation on that, all right? Or unless they fix it. Here has all the wonderful legendary. These are grade 80 beautiful legendary. Check out my another video on what legendary is for what hero. I think that maybe it will be useful to you. All right. So yeah, this is the protector commendation. That's why I say save your protector commendation, because you probably would like to use that to purchase these items here. All right. So now, how to earn commendation? To earn commendation, there are only a few ways. One is to do quests that I mentioned here, the weekly and the daily. All right. And another way is to come to this thing here, the map here, the waypoint here. You look at all this like a one-shot story. All right, this still have like available, what not available. All this will depend on which boss you are talking about. They reward commendation of both kind. All right, heroes and protector. Also, there's something called the besides all these things, besides the influence quest, there's something called share quest as well. The share quest locates somewhere. You press the L for the lock, then you go to share quest. All these say daily bonus available. All these are being also reward commendation as you complete the entire quest. All right, and the reset time for the share quest as well as the influence missions is my 6 p.m. local time, but in your local time probably is something different. You can see the reset counter here. All right. So as for the one-shot terminal, like I mentioned here, that depends on when you did it. I think there's a cooldown to it. I think maybe 20 hours or so. Before you can earn the commendation again. All right. And lastly, I've done some Ultron as well. Ultron, the Age of Ultron. If you are geared, do look up a group in LFG. It's wonderful. I enjoy a lot inside. All right, go for the gold. And I believe, I only done it twice. All right, I believe some of the chests, if you get gold, drop you a commendation as well. So you can just keep farming if you want. All right, but do bear in mind, 250 per week. And of course, last but not least, as you raid, you get massive amount of tokens from there as well. All right, so now. So why do you need to do all these things? How often you need to do certain things? I've got a spreadsheet for you. All right. So if you're looking at the Man Ape, Mr. High and Red Skull, each day you can earn. Man Ape, because the one shot is longer or perceived to be longer. They actually give you double the commendation. All right. So you're six per day. Then if you do Mr. High and Red Skull one shot, killing all the bosses, you get 3 per day. All right. So if you finish your the share quest for one shot, terminal, and as well as patrol, each of them give you 4 and 2 tokens or commendation. All right. And if you complete your daily influence quest, like I mentioned, that one that I have on Red Skull, it get random. So and it's different people get different ones. You get 4 and 3. All right, and if you finish your weekly one, you get 40 and 30. So all in all, you're earning about 236 and 177 protector if you not raid. Okay, so if you do not raid, you get that many. But if you raid, green raid, I believe. All right, I think it rewards you with 150 heroes. If you red raid, then you get, I think it's 150 on protector. Old timer, feel free to correct me. I think in total you got quite a decent amount, and it's very little work. At least for green raid, I know. So it depends on how much time you have. Like for my wife, she doesn't really have a lot of time playing this game. She will just go for the weekly influence and get the 40 and 30, and it's quite a decent number if she's working towards the unique upgrade. All right, then sometimes she'll join me for some some of this one shot and so on. But yeah, I mean, if you have time, do something like this. All right, may not be the most optimal way to earn your Omega points, but yeah, I mean sometimes you have to just enjoy and have fun in life. All right. When you talk about I think the most important thing coming from a commendation, at least for me, is to upgrade the unique. All right. So I've also worked out the unique cost for all the one-time only recipe that you earn. So in total, you need to have that many commendation, and it works out to be, if you do not raid, it works out to be about 14 weeks for you to complete the whole journey. If you do it like you get 250 per week. All right. And but if you do raid, then of course you get you get 250 per week. Then it becomes 11 weeks to get the whole package upgrade. But if you do not raid, then of course you do not get 250. You only get these amounts, but that's fine. I mean, you're looking at 3 weeks of difference. It's not a lot. It used to be a lot more before all these things come on board. We didn't have this. This wasn't a 6, it was a 3, and then we don't have all these goodies here. So for the protector, so it's already very close to me. As whether you rate or not, it's not mandatory. All right. Then the rest of it, just to give you some indication on what's the rest of the thing that you can buy. And there are more things that you can buy as well. I don't list them all here, but I personally do not unlock all the recipe for raid boss. And also I just go for fighting and intelligence. So in short, that explains why I still have quite a fair bit of hero commendation all stocked up somewhere, because I knew somehow back then, I knew that this game is going to add all these goodies somehow somewhere. So I've been saving it, maybe I don't burn it on these challenge point first or whatnot. So anyway, I hope this video is useful, and as always, feel free to drop me a note, and if you have questions on certain things, if you're unclear of. So just to round up what this video is about, just to sum up everything, there are daily objectives, there are weekly objectives for you to earn commendation of both kind, heroes and protector, and it is a very good thing to have to upgrade your unique, but do not burn yourself doing too much of this, because life is about having fun as well. All right, so till the next time we meet, bye.